Camera business. We in the filming. Yeah. Yeah, you'll think about this when I'm a big YouTube star. Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. So today we're at a young lady's farm that's about an hour and 20 minutes from our farm, picking up 3 piglets. These are the folks that we've been buying the majority of our pigs from for a little over, well, for 2 years now. And we've been really pleased with the quality of meat and how those pigs raise out and just how they do overall. The problem is the young lady that we've been buying these pigs from is graduating from high school in a couple of months and is going to be going to college. So she's getting out of the business. So while we're sad to, be losing our source for our piglets, we're really excited for her to be going to college. She's done this as a means of making some extra cash, which is really remarkable for a young lady her age. She's got some brothers and sisters that help her out too. So good family. They've just done an outstanding job with these pigs. So hang out with us, watch us catch these suckers. That's always some hilarity will typically come about out of that. So we're going to film catching those, and then we'll get back to the farm. We'll show you setting up our training pen, and we'll get them out on the field and get them started at Sheraton Park. So stay with us. We made it home with the 3 new piglets without any problem. Wasn't able to shoot any in the barn when we were catching them. It was so dark in there, you couldn't see anything. So we're gonna real quick finish setting up this training pen. I've got 1 post I need to drive, pull the wire in it, hook it in, so that we've got a spark running inside. We'll show that in a little bit more detail here in a second, and we're gonna get these guys unloaded. So hang around. Before we unload the pigs, I want to show a little bit about a training pen and how this works. If you're interested, stop touching the roof on it. If you're interested in starting with pigs and raising pigs on pasture, I'm going to show you how to set up a training pen and how this thing works. Don't be intimidated by pigs. They're very easy keepers once you get them trained on the electric. Once you get them trained on the electric, they're fine. They're not coming out of it. We found that we can take down the electric, and if we've had a wire in a location and we take the wire down at that spot, the pigs still won't cross because they have a psychological barrier to the electric being there. So don't be intimidated by pigs, but you do have to set up a training pen. Sometime I'll tell you all the story of the first set of pigs we ever got and why it's important to set up a training pen, because if you don't, they will get out and you will have to chase them. That would have been a great video. But what we have is we take 16-foot pig panels and set them up basically in a square. And then what we'll do is we'll take the wire, this electric wire, we'll tie it into an energy source, and then we're going to pull that wire inside the pen on all four sides. And what happens is the pigs learn that wire is hot and that it's a very uncomfortable thing to touch it. So that whenever we open the pen up and we have them on pasture and we've got two wires running on pasture, they'll stay behind that wire. So these 7 pigs were all in the training pen at one point in time, learned to respect the electric, and now they're out on pasture and they do fine with it. So again, real important that you set up that training pen. Usually takes about a week. That really doesn't take a week. I mean, after a day, they've learned they don't want to mess with that. I feel comfortable. But we feel comfortable at a week. So we'll leave them in here for about a week, and then we'll take one of these panels down and we'll turn them out into the pasture that we've got set up with these guys. So that's how you set up a training pen. Super, super simple. Doesn't have to be complicated. You can use netting. Netting's a little more cumbersome to deal with just because of the length. The thing about running just a single wire, or we'll probably run 2 wires actually. The thing about running a wire is it's real easy to just pull it where you want it to go and then hang your reel with the excess. With the netting, a little more complicated, a little more mass to deal with. So we're gonna pull this wire and get these pigs off this truck, see how they do. So this is the purpose in the training pen. See, they're getting hit. Now, I know that a couple of them are a little bloody. Reason is these are males and we castrated them before we loaded them on the truck. Not uncommon for them to bleed a little bit. that'll clear right up. So they'll be fine. But they're learning now not to get close. There you go. Not to get close to that. Yeah. Now see, if these guys were out on the field without the benefit of a physical barrier like the pig panels, they'd go right through it and they'd be gone. That's experience speaking. So I want to show a little tip here. Sandra says we shouldn't be showing pro tips, but anyway. So when we were pulling the electric into the training pen, it was hitting on one of the horizontals of the pig panel. So we've got just an old garden hose by the mile around here. So just take a piece of garden hose, cut it to length, and then split it and slip it right over your metal piece, and that will insulate your wire. We also have done that down here where somebody, who shall remain nameless, put the fence post in backwards. So the insulator ended up on backwards. Again, piece of old garden hose, cut the length, split, makes a great insulator, and it's free. That's the best part. So, not a pro tip. There's a cheap tip. Gonna try. Final setup. Training pen, 2 wires pulled. New piglets are in the little ham house. We call it the ham house. And the Berkshires are out here in their paddock, little pasture that we had set up for them, and they're happy and rooting around and disturbing the ground, doing all the things that they're supposed to do. We went and got these pigs this morning because we're really planning for what's going to happen during the season. This year we're picking up 2 additional farmers markets on top of the market that we done last year, and we need to have more of our premium cuts available in larger quantities and more frequently. We have 9 pigs that have, or excuse me, we have 6 pigs that have been processed so far. We have 3 more that are ready to go. We had 5 of the Berkshire cross that we bought, and I'll post a link to that video here right now. We picked those up a few weeks ago, and then these 3 today. So between those 5 and these 3 today, that's going to give us an additional 8 pigs to process somewhere in the July time frame. Thinking about the market and the rest of the year and what we're going to do, probably are going to need to find another 5 to 6 pigs in March or April so that we can have additional to process in September or October. Now, if you remember, we've also got 2 gilts out on the pasture that are pregnant that we expect to farrow around Easter, which is April, I think it's April 19. So then that will give us whatever they produce, more pigs that'll be ready in November, December to get us through next winter's delivery. That's been a real challenge for me, and Sandra is trying to figure out, planning down the road, what we're going to need to process when, and having those animals on the farm and raising them out to get them ready to go. So if anybody's got any tips or tricks on how to do that besides just sitting down with a calendar and calculating, and I think there's a little bit of guesswork in it, please leave me a comment on how you do that and how you figure that sort of thing out. I'd be real interested to know. So I think that's going to do it for this video. We appreciate you watching. If you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. That really helps us keep the channel going, and lets us know that folks are watching what we're doing. Give us a thumbs up. Leave us a comment down below. If we're doing something that you like, or something that you think we could improve on, we're open to constructive feedback, and would really appreciate that. And you know, hit that little bell icon so you'll know whenever we're posting new videos. Appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Thanks.